Hi everybody, it's Amy. In the last video, I gave you a brief introduction to our last official module on moral reasoning. And as I said in the last video, even though this is our last official module, I will still have other videos and other things for us to discuss. Now, in the last video, I gave you some terms to define in your own words, and today I am going to go over the sort of universally accepted definition of those terms. All right. Now, the first one is morality. And Webster's dictionary defines that as of or concerned with the principles of right and wrong in relation to human action and character, teaching or displaying good or correct character and behavior, and in accord with standards of what is right or what is just in behavior arising from conscience with a sense of right and wrong. Rules or habits of conduct with regard to standards of what is right and wrong. Okay, now, next is good versus evil. And I understand that everybody has their own ideas of good versus evil, but we have to have some kind of standard definition to discuss it in this module. So, good can be defined by something that no rational person would usually avoid. Freedom, opportunity, pleasure, health, wealth, knowledge, all those things can be defined as good. Nothing can be both good and evil. Let that sink in. Evil is defined as a source of cause of injury or pain or harm to others or yourself. Okay? So we're not talking about specific actions in that definition. We are just talking about things that you would not avoid as being good and things that you would avoid as being evil. All right? Rational versus irrational. Something that is rational is based on logic and reason. Okay? A person must have a minimal knowledge and intelligence to be labeled either rational or irrational. Babies, animals, people who are severely mentally disabled, they cannot act rationally or irrationally because they don't have a minimal knowledge or intelligence to be that way, to be either way. It's an assumption that if you're participating in this, that you have the capacity to be rational, all right? A belief is irrational if someone holds with sufficient knowledge that they know that it is false, all right? If it is inconsistent with most things that you know to be true, and this inconsistency is apparent to almost everyone with any kind of intelligence or knowledge, all right? Now, some examples of rational beliefs are human beings are mortal. Okay, that's something we can all agree on. That is a rational thought. Other people can kill them, and they generally do not want to be killed. All right, that is kind of like rational thinking. Another example of rational thinking, a person can inflict pain upon or disable another person. People generally do not want to be in pain or to have pain inflicted upon them. Or people generally want freedom and opportunity. A person could deprive someone of freedom and opportunity. These are all rational beliefs. Okay. Now we talked about, one of the other words was conscience. Conscience, again, from our friends at Webster's, the faculty of recognizing the difference between right and wrong in regard to one's own conduct, coupled with a sense that one should act accordingly. It's not just a matter of knowing these things, but acting that way. Conforming to one's own sense of proper conduct. Being guided by your own conscience can be viewed as doing something you would publicly advocate. Going against your conscience would be doing something you would publicly advocate not doing. Okay. So, our last definition was responsibility. Again, Webster's, capable of making moral or rational decisions on one's own, okay, thereby being answerable for one's own behavior. Note that in an adult-child situation, the adult is always the responsible party. So when we are talking in regard to sex offense, I had offenders in the prison where I taught say that a child, let's say a 13-year-old or even an 8-year-old, was touching them or acting in a seductive manner. You are the adult. You are responsible in that situation. It doesn't matter what the child is doing. All right? Okay, so those are the definitions. Those are the definitions that I gave you in the introduction. Now, next time we are going to talk about Piaget and Kohlberg's stages of moral development. All right? Now, until next time, please subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to get in touch with me through this channel or through Facebook or through Twitter or through Instagram. And please share these videos with someone who you think they can help. And until next time, be well.